Hey, how's everybody doing today? I have been a very busy boy. Gotten quite a bit done over the last 2 days. And I think I'm finally at the point where I'm essentially ready to play this game with people. Still a little bit left to do before leaving on the trip, which is in 2 days. I've got some new additions to the table, mostly some scatter terrain. I have some general barricades as well as some barrels. The barricades will break up movement, but the barrels actually pose a more serious risk in the game because they can explode if hit, and they can daisy chain explosions if they're close enough to each other. So they're highly impactful. The reality is that there's no way, given my current time crunches, that I would have been able to hand make all this stuff and get it painted in time. Thankfully, I do have a new tool in the shop, one that I have avoided for many years, but finally said, screw it, like why wouldn't I have one? I finally got myself a FDM printer. It's weird, I've been printing with resin for many, many years, but have never gone down the path of printing filament stuff. Even though that's probably the more approachable of the two, it's definitely the cleaner one. It's definitely the safer one, but I've always avoided it. Some of this stems from my early exposure to FDM printing, which was some pretty poor quality prints. But that's not really an issue anymore. Like, these printers have come a long way. You can do quite nice stuff with them. And like, you can't judge them on the same sort of characteristics you would with resin. They're not really for miniatures, but for terrain, they're ideal. Some junkyard barricades don't need to be as detailed. I think I was also reluctant to add one to my workspace. Well, one, because of space. Space is like a severe limitation for me. Like, as of right now, I have it awkwardly set up on a filing cabinet, which is not ideal. But I also avoided it because I just didn't want to put in the effort to learn it. Like, a person can only take on so many new things and learn so many new things. Yeah, I just didn't want to deal with that. But inspired by mostly Trent, who uses FDM printing a lot in his workflow, I realized that, man, I should just do it. Like, I always offer the advice that, like, so many things are just tools, and we should utilize any tools we have available to us that we can get our hands on. I finally got one. It's a Prusa Core 1. It was pretty dang easy to set up. Like, I pulled it out of the box and attached a couple pieces, ran through the setup wizard that was like right internalized on the machine, and then made a print from my phone from the app, just like downloading a random thing from their library. And then after that, these barricades were the first thing that I printed. I bought them on my mini factory. I dropped them right into the slicer and just let everything automatically go and hit print, and they worked. And then I printed this van. It would definitely look better in resin, but it was very fast and cheap to do with filament. I don't know, it's been a pleasure so far. Also realized that to run playtests, we would need some tokens to mark different conditions. So I used my extremely basically non-existent 3D modeling skills using Tinkercad, which is like the most basic free online sort of software you can design STL files with. And I made some very, very simple tokens, and I printed them out and painted them, and the whole process took maybe an hour, like designing, printing, and painting, and now I have them all ready. So that's really great. I could have done that with resin, but it would have been a bit more complicated. Because there is still some layer lines on this terrain, I had to approach painting a little bit differently. And now I'm sure I could dial in settings to make them like look less layered, but I was just using automatic stuff. Like, I'm still learning. So I didn't want to do any dry brushing. I wasn't even really wanting to do any washes. So instead, I just experimented with color. I absolutely blasted everything with several different colors, neons and wild stuff. I basically wanted it to look like it had all been spray painted. I was going for kind of a paintball course, smash room, haunted house attraction sort of vibe. And it really worked. Actually, it was a lot of fun painting like this. I don't know if I've ever pulled out so many different colors for one set of terrain. I followed no rules, no rhyme or reason. And yeah, I think they look really good. After spraying them all, I painted out the bases in like a dark gray to match the battle map so that they blend in a little bit more. It's all just pretty half-assed painting on very quick prints, and it looks great. It's exactly what I needed. And I guess that's the whole lesson with adding tools to your arsenal, is that sometimes they just give you exactly what you need. Like, sure, I would have loved crafting these. They're actually the kind of thing I really enjoy making, but I didn't have the time. And also these are gonna be a lot more durable to throw in a bag or whatever in a box and transport across the country to play games with a bunch of different people. So, hey, everything has its place. And this printer has a great place in my studio now. But I really got to learn to model stuff. I got to learn that blender. Because I got lots of ideas. I just don't know how to execute them yet. I do need to get it on a more stable work surface. This filing cabinet is not good. It moves a lot. And I'm sure that's not good for the longevity of the printer shaking around. And it's probably not great for the print quality, although so far it hasn't been an issue. I'll figure something out. How do I actively seek out files that are ideally suited for FDM printing? Sure, there's a way. So for those of you who are well versed and experienced in kind of traditional filament printing, let me know where I should be looking, because right now I just get everything off my Mini Factory and, you know, the odd thing off Thingiverse or Cults or whatever. And it seems like most things on my Mini Factory are prepped for resin, not filament. So yeah, like what am I looking for? Give me your advice. I also think it's really neat that if you open the door, it stops. This little robot just stops and then closes the door, it goes back to work. This is so much more entertaining to watch than a resin printer, because with those you can't see what's happening. This you can actually see it.